Okay, good morning. This is Julie with J Auto Trading Strategies. Today I'm very pleased to bring you this chat with two sharks, Jeremy Tang and Zach White of Shark Indicators. In case you don't know, Shark Indicators is a top-tier NinjaTrader partner. Its flagship product, Bloodhound, is a software add-on tool for NinjaTrader that allows retail traders the ability to test indicators and design their own discretionary trading systems. Additionally, Shark Indicators partners with third-party add-on companies, indicator vendors, and trading educators like J Auto Trading Strategies, who use Bloodhound to provide pre-designed, sophisticated trading templates and algorithms for their customers. Today, I'm going to talk with Jeremy and Zach about their background and their company. And hopefully, we're going to get you some information on the early beta version of Blackbird, which is Shark Indicator's new trade design platform. I just started testing Blackbird and think this could revolutionize automated trade management. I'm really particularly excited because Blackbird will allow partners like myself to shift our business models into the advanced algorithmic trading realm that we all want to be in. So let's get started with today's interview and welcome Jeremy and Zach.
Hi, Julie.
Hey, Zach.
Hi, Julie.
Good
Hey,
morning.
thank you
Good
for having us.
afternoon. How did you guys meet?
Well, I guess I could take that one. We actually were studying a professional trader together, and we'd met basically in their chat room. Oh, actually, wait a minute, Zach. I think I stand corrected.
No, actually, we met
through
2 years before that. Actually, we
Correct.
actually met from one of the other online trading forums, and me and another gentleman, Mike, had put out an advertisement to bring another programmer on board. Where we were kind of researching trading ideas from, from all those trading books that are available out there now. Algorithmic trading books, and so we just put a posting out there, and Jeremy replied to it, and that's how we met.
That is so cool. Are you both the founders behind Shark Indicators?
Yes, we are. So, as I mentioned before, we began looking into automated trading algorithms, and it was actually Zach that suggested, hey, you know what, Jeremy, you should check out this professional trader. His name was Roger Felton, actually, and he thought it was pretty amazing kind of stuff that he was doing on a discretionary basis. And so then the two of us actually studied his trading technique for how long would you say, Zach? I don't remember exactly, but maybe a year, maybe 2 years we studied it.
Studied Roger. No, I think we had been in his room for maybe 6 months or so, something like that. I don't think it was too long until you kind of came up with the idea of, I guess it'd be the early alpha version of Bloodhound. So, yeah, I mean, from what I remember, is a really cool story of, why Bloodhound is so helpful to many people. So, Jeremy kind of discovered that he really wasn't a trader. Being a trader, you got to have a good, solid psychology behind you. I mean, the psychology of trading is probably the trader's biggest downfall and the biggest hurdle to overcome. It's one thing to be giving a trading system, someone saying, oh yeah, you just enter here and enter there, and it's another thing to, to be able to kind of manage and control your fears while you're trading, right? I mean, Roger gave us great entries, but it's all about what you do, getting into that trade. Do you have the mindset to be able to get back into a trade after you've taken a stop loss and things like that? And so from what I remember, Jeremy kind of discovered he wasn't a trader, so he built the first iteration of Bloodhound to assist us as a trader, basically kind of offload some of that, some of the trading onto the software, to help us cope with the psychological part of trading. And then from there, Jeremy just kept improving it, making the software better, until we got to the Bloodhound that you see today. So, is that
Yeah,
kind of
that's really interesting and insightful. Jeremy, can you explain more about what Bloodhound is and how you came about to build it for us?
Yeah, sure. I actually kind of expanding that whole trading, me delving into actual live trades and stuff. Like it was fine, kind of dabbling in simulation and whatnot. But as soon as I put real money in the line, man, like I remember my first trade uh, going live and knowing it was my real money at risk. And at the time, I had just quit my job. So I was looking for alternative sources of income. I had a bit of a nest egg built up, so but even then, like I remember trading. I think it was the ES at the time, and I went. I took a couple trades and they lost money immediately. I think it was down like $100, $200, and like with this span of maybe less than an hour, I was down on almost $800, and my system said I had to go back in, and I just couldn't do it. Like my heart was just literally just pounding on my chest, and my adrenaline was flowing, and I just like sweating buckets, and I just absolutely couldn't continue trading live, because just knowing that all the losses had already accumulated. So it was kind of at that point that I discovered I just wasn't cut out for this for as a trader. And the other thing was too is like studying Roger Felton, I noticed that he kept on changing his, like, not changing, but altering and enhancing and tweaking his system constantly. And I noticed that's a fair bit of what a lot of discretionary traders do now that I can look back on it. I see a lot of discretionary traders are constantly evolving their systems as the markets change. And so, I thought at first, if I could just build something to mimic exactly what he does, that's all I would need to do. But it wasn't quite so simple because again, Roger would be constantly changing stuff. So instead, what I ended up doing was building a platform that I could really quickly adapt to change and make it work the way Roger was actually trading, like as he was changing his system up literally week to week. So that became the basis of Bloodhound. Actually, was this idea that, hey, like actually a lot of people would probably be interested in something like this, the ability to essentially what it was at the time was a rapid prototyping tool that you could quickly design systems and implement them and change them up and tweak them like really, really quickly. Because even as a programmer myself, I knew that to code it and to change it really quickly would take a long time and just too much effort. So I figured if I just built a system that you could just manipulate a couple nodes and that sort of thing, you'd be able to keep up a little quicker. And so that was essentially the basis behind Bloodhound, was again building something that could change really quickly.
Right, right. No, that is excellent, Jeremy. Would you guys say that all types of traders would then benefit from Bloodhound? Is it primarily geared towards a specific type?
it's well, as Jeremy's story kind of alluded, Bloodhound really evolved out of real trading experience, as a discretionary trader. So, it definitely helps the discretionary trader kind of, I mean, you can use Bloodhound to do many assets of things, kind of like how you're using Bloodhound, Julie, to make sure that, you're on the right side of the market, that you're not trading against the market, unless you are a counter trend trader, in which case, you can use Bloodhound to tell you, what is the counter trend trade coming up here. So for a discretionary trader, you can use Bloodhound, to as that assistant, that automated assistant for you, to keep you on the right side of the trend, and then it's not a big step going forward to taking that and then fully automating it if that's your desire. And a lot of traders nowadays really are hunting and wanting to take their great ideas and fully automate them. That's the inevitable way of trading going forward, and that's more and more that's what we hear traders are wanting is more automation to assist them with. Yeah, that's kind of how I see Bloodhound as being used.
Yeah, I mean that's a complicated question to answer, and you consider like all the when you say what is a trader, there, there's a huge spectrum. There's those mom and pop kind of investors that just will take stock tips and then buy maybe only one direction. They only know how to buy stocks, versus all the way to the other side where you have floor traders or quantitative analysis traders working for Wall Street, and everything in between. So Bloodhound does require a little bit of knowledge of technical analysis in order to navigate different indicators and that sort of thing. So it's not really intended for the mom and pop type traders that are just just barely learning, scratching the surface. But beyond that, in terms of it supports, it's built upon the NinjaTrader interface, and so by extension it supports futures and commodities and stocks, as well as forex trading, just by extension, and any sort of bar type or any type of style of trading. So if you get into different types of personalities of traders like breakout traders, or even automated guys and girls that want to do automated type trading or versus fully discretionary trading, it's a tool that doesn't force you to trade any particular style.
Thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, I know that that is awesome. For what I love about your product so much is being able to trade on the fly, meaning that traders are able to change their template solvers as the market conditions change, or even edit their solvers on the fly within their Bloodhound templates as market conditions change. Can you tell us more about this feature?
Yeah, so Bloodhound was built to again with kind of this dynamic ability to change on the fly, and as I kind of mentioned before, right? First, if you wanted to build sort of a custom system or a custom strategy that would point out signals for you, you would have to open up NinjaScript, you'd have to learn C#, and you'd have to learn the API that NinjaTrader has for you, and then code together your signals, and then compile it, test it, and then execute it. And every time you do that, you have to restart your chart and get your data loaded again. And that's a very time-consuming process. It's a lot of overhead, especially if you want to try things out very rapidly. So what Bloodhound lets you do is you can actually reconfigure everything while the market data is streaming in, and you can see the signals just pop up and generate just with a few mouse clicks. So it's a tremendous overhead that's just completely eliminated. So it allows you to work a lot faster.
Yes, no, I have often sat there and developed I'm like a quant where I'll put up, I'll see a level, and for instance, I'll code that level, and if I'm looking for an inflection at that level, I want a signal off of it, and just in a few short clicks of the mouse, like you say, I can create a template to do that, where if you're coding C+ or in NinjaScript, that would take you a half an hour to get that one little function done, and it takes about 2 seconds in Bloodhound. So you guys are just absolutely brilliant to give us a product like this.
Julie, one tip I kind of offer to up and coming traders is everybody's kind of looking for this holy grail indicator, but still indicators out there haven't really evolved with computer processing capabilities. The standard indicators that we all have in all charting platforms are still, are the old indicators basically coming from the 70s and maybe the early 80s. Just simple mathematical indicators. And so right now, the standard indicator that's available to people, their indicators are either geared great towards a trending market, or the indicators geared great towards a range-bound consolidating kind of market. There is no magic indicator yet, that can cope with both trending markets and range-bound markets. So having Bloodhound's, logic template system where you can quickly, change your system up, allows, still allows the human discretion, to determine, what are the market conditions now. So, so if you're clearly in a kind of a trending kind of day, then you'll want to take your Bloodhound logic template, the one that you've built for a trending market, and put that one on and assist it. And then, and then maybe during lunch, if the market starts to consolidate, you can change your Bloodhound template to a system that's geared better towards a consolidating market. So the logic template, you could, one good way of using that logic template to switch systems is to still, allow the trader to use some discretion, as to what is the market doing. So it's kind of one way how I see it.
Absolutely. No, that's very well said. And having the ability to flip between a trending market state and a consolidating market state and enter or exit or sit on hands is very powerful, and can keep your profits in your pocket once you're able to identify that. And the visualization allows you to visualize those market states with Bloodhound better than I've ever seen it with any other platform that I've used.
Yeah, those are definitely good points. Yeah.
Absolutely. And what I also would like to touch on real quickly is that Shark Indicators, fortunately, has partnered with companies like J Auto Trading Strategies that use Bloodhound to develop pre-designed trading templates and algorithms that do assist the retail trader. Can you tell us more about this?
Yeah, we work with a lot of like because our software is configurable, and it isn't like a one trading system per se. It's basically a platform. So so we're just as a natural extension. It's a great tool for partners like yourself to build and just test and create new trading systems, and they quickly disseminate them to their own customers. So it's just it basically saves a heck of a lot of money. If you're a partner, instead of having to hire a developer and going through all the development nightmares of changes and bug fixing and all those things, and it's you could skip that entire cycle, and then instead it's just view, and instead of having to have it interpreted by your developer and hoping it doesn't lose translation, it's like you can just get whatever's in your brain right into a trading system.
Right. It's just like finally getting the template that's usable right out of the box. Well, let's say a lot of our viewers are really going to like the sound of this, Jeremy and Zach. Is there a demo or trial readily available for your customers to download Bloodhound?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, if you've never installed Shark Indicators before, then you'll get a 30-day unrestricted trial of Bloodhound. Well, actually, the one restriction is no live trading while on the demo. So basically, Bloodhound will be fully functional except for live trading for that first 30 days. And of course, if that's not enough, we understand that a lot of people trying to get into the trading community or become a trader, they're quite often working another full-time job, and they don't quite have the time that they would like to dedicate, to playing around with Bloodhound and getting to learn it and test it out. So that being the case, we can always give somebody another 30-day extension, to the basically what we call kind of like an unrestricted trial of Bloodhound. And all of our products come with a trial period. Like our bar types come with a 2-week trial period. And we have another little gadget called the heat map. If you've ever watched CNBC, they have their little heat map up of like I think the S&P or the Dow 30. We've got another similar little tool like that called the Heat Map Pro that also comes with I think a 2-week demo period as well. Yep.
That sounds really good, Zach. What kind of tech support can your customers expect?
Yeah, we provide unlimited email tech support. Even if you're on the trial, you're always welcome to email us for tech support. We have 4 years worth of videos now up on Bloodhound. So we have a training workshop every Friday where our Bloodhound owners can come in and ask their questions live, and I will demonstrate how to answer their questions live right then and there. I mean, just to kind of once again to prove how fast you can build something with Bloodhound. I just take their questions live and I'll build it for them and show it. And of course we record all of those, and then we put them up on YouTube so that anybody that can get onto YouTube can watch those recordings, and learn all the different things that you can do with Bloodhound. I've been asked probably every question under the sun regarding trading and how you can implement that into Bloodhound. So we have lots of training, lots of these recorded videos, that our email people can direct people to, or we'll just answer it directly by email.
That sounds really good. I remember sitting in a few of those early training sessions myself a few years back, bugging you guys constantly, and which is fantastic and very, very generous with your time and in explaining.
Yeah, Julie, I remember you as an early customer, and I can see now from looking at your charts that you've definitely put a lot of hard work and time and effort into developing your own personal little trading methodology there. I know you've got a whole bunch of logic templates with your Bloodhound systems that just look at the market in lots of various different ways, and looks like now your students can benefit from those years of hard work that you put into building a system, kind of help the new trader kind of shortcut their own trading time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Zach, so much. Yes, it's just developing a trading template that actually will do something good for the bottom line, keeping you in a trade as long as possible, and making you have a little bit of confidence, like you say, that you're in the right direction. There has been a lot of buzz about you guys developing a very fine trade design platform. Can you walk us through that a little bit, Zach and Jeremy, and tell us where we can get our hands on it? I'm going to actually pass the presentation over to Zach right now so that he can talk about Blackbird a little bit, which I'm so excited about. So Zach, I'm giving you controls and ask that you please go through Blackbird for us for just a few minutes.
Right, yeah, you bet. Right, so what you're talking about is Blackbird. So this is kind of the other half of trading. The first half of trading is trying to figure out when is a good point to get into the trade, and that's kind of like what Bloodhound was assisting you with, is the first half of when's a good time to get into the trade. And then the second half of the equation of being a good trader is managing your trade once you're into a live trade, once you have a live trade going, managing your profit targets and managing your stop losses. Um, and then to really make yourself a well-rounded trader, you want to have some money management guidelines for yourself as well. So that way, you don't give away all of your profits, towards the end of the day. You want to trap some of those profits. And also kind of knowing your own trading system, you might come up with some minimum risk-reward ratios that you need to have between your profit target and your stop loss, for your trading style to become ultimately profitable. So Blackbird has incorporated, all those kind of aspects of once you're actually in the trade. And plus we've also thrown in some extra cool little bells and whistles that Jeremy has come up with. So let me just, I'll just kind of give you guys just a quick overview here of what's going on. So I'm going to open up the order settings window, and basically this is kind of like the control center for Blackbird, but this is the order settings window. And so once you kind of built a system, you definitely want to be able to save it and open it later. So just some simple file saving features. But here's kind of where the real meat of things are. So here's the risk management. So if your trading style requires that you have at least like a 2-to-1 or maybe a 1.5-to-1 risk to reward ratio, you can turn this on, and Blackbird will basically be an enforcer. It won't allow you to put a trade on if you don't meet these minimum risk reward ratios. And the reason why this is necessary now is because Blackbird is so flexible that you can have your profit targets moving around, based on indicators, for example. You can have your stop losses dynamically adjusted as well. And so this, risk-reward ratio will make sure that those stay in check, because if things are dynamically changing all the time, that's changing your risk-reward ratios. That's kind of very difficult for the human to keep track of all that math going on, while trading. And so you just offload all that math to the software and let Blackbird handle that for you. So that's just kind of a simple explanation for that. And for the money management, this is something that our customers have been asking for a long time. Is some standard and also some more advanced money management rules. Some typical standard money management is like stop trading once I've hit $500 for the day, or stop trading if I've lost $400 for the day. Just some kind of simple money management rules there. And there's some other metrics that you can go with as well, like number of trades, things like that. Another cool one that people love is this high water mark. So say for example, once you've reached a $600 profit for the day, you don't want to give that all up. So you can set a high water mark, and I just simply have it set at 50%. And so if you've captured $600, and then if you give $300 of that back, then you want to stop trading for the day, right? You don't want to give all your profits up. So this high water mark will just stop Blackbird from trading the rest of the day if you've given up 50% of your profits, once you've gotten a profit level above $600 or so, for example. So so there's a quick overview of the money management. Now, a lot of people, as we mentioned earlier, want to get into automated trading. So if you want to become an automated trader, then you're going to need a scheduler. You're going to want to be able to tell Blackbird when it's allowed to trade and when it's not allowed to trade. So this scheduler, a quick, easy interface so you can set up, the trading hours in which Blackbird can trade for you automatically if that's the route you want to go. And then, of course, you need to keep an eye on your on your trade statistics, on your profits for the day, and various metrics like that, right? So we have like the total net profit for the day. You can take a look at where your high watermark is at if you have that feature turned on. You can take a look at how many trades are taking place. And this interface shows you the global account performance across all Blackbirds. So if you're running 3 Blackbirds on 3 different instruments, this gives you the total of all 3 of those Blackbirds. So that you might want to keep an eye on the number of trades that all your Blackbirds are doing, so that way your broker's not making all the money for the day, right? So it gives you some feedback, so you can get a better handle on your trading style that's going on here. All right, so anyways, that's the account performance there. And the real meat of it here is really setting up your entry, your profit target, and your stop loss. A simple example is NinjaTrader's ATM. That was fantastic technology for its time, but people have outgrown the simple trailing rules that the ATM provides, just based on profit, just incrementing your stop loss based on how much profit, you've captured. People have kind of outgrown that, and they want to use more sophisticated trailing capabilities. And so what I have here kind of set up is we're going to actually trail our stop loss based on the high or low price of the bar. So this is kind of one simple example of that. You could also trail an indicator as well. So say like if you're using the ANA Super Trend, that's a very popular ATR stop loss indicator. You could have your stop loss trail the ANA Super Trend indicator, things like that. And we even have some trailing actions in here. So this is kind of what has taken the ATM, Ninja's ATM, up to the next level, is the ability to just go in here and just make as many trailing rules as you needed, and they can all be custom designed. They can all be linked to various indicators that you use in your trading rules, things like that. But what I have set up is a very simple concept here. So what we're going to do is, if we're in a long trade, we're going to trail the low of the last 3 bars. So we're going to look back to the last 3 bars, and we're going to trail the lowest low of the last 3 bars. All right, so very simple, just a couple of settings just to be able to do that. And so that's just kind of a quick overview here. Also, I guess I'll just mention real quickly, if you do want to use Blackbird for automated trading, you can plug in some trade signals here. So, of course, you can hook in Bloodhound, but there's also a lot of third-party indicators that will provide you trade signals as well, and you can hook those right into Blackbird if you're looking for that full automation aspect of it. So, well, yeah, actually, here's another cool thing is I set up a custom stop entry here, and this stop entry, it's actually going to place a stop entry at the most recent swing point here. So if we look at the chart, right, you can see the green and the red lines. Those are identifying the swing points. So if we look at this most recent high bar here, we can see that we're tracking that swing high with that green dash, and we're also the indicator, we're using an indicator to do this, and the indicator is tracking this most recent swing low, and that's marked by that red dash there, that dash line. And I can use this indicator's plotted swing points to place my entry stop, and that's what we're going to demonstrate here. So this is kind of some of the more advanced order kind of management, trade planning aspect that people are looking for. They're needing to break out of Ninja's ATM and get to some more advanced functionality. So, all right, we'll just give you a quick demonstration here and let this play out, and then we'll take some more questions. Here's another cool feature that Jeremy has added, and that is this dynamic planning. So you can see here that it puts some translucent flags on the chart, and that allows you to visually see where your trade would be once it executes live. So this is not live, this is just a planning stage. And if I like what I see and I'm ready to go, I could just hit the execute button and it places it live. And so now the flag is nice and, it's a solid colored flag, and there's my stop entry waiting there to get picked up. And we'll just kind of fast forward this and let this play out. And Julie, if you have any other questions, I'd be glad to take any other questions while we just kind of watch this play out here.
Yeah, Zach, no, this is fantastic. I just can't stop playing with Blackbird and can see all the possibilities that it's going to provide me as a system builder, as well as the retail trader. The functionality is so sophisticated. And my first observation, it's not really a question, is that this really is going to level the playing field and control the risk management portion of trading, which is the most key critical portion of trading, by allowing us to keep the profits that we have already generated instead of giving them back to the market. So I don't really have a question per se, other than just looking forward to continuing my review of the platform. There's a lot to go over, and coming up with some strategies to utilize it.
Yeah, I'd like to say that's our goal here at Shark Indicators. Jeremy and I, believe that traders need better tools to help them become better traders. And we're not selling canned black box systems that force you to trade only one way. We like to build tools that allow the trader to input their ideas and trade their way, whatever kind of fits their psychology best. So we just kind of see our tools as a blank canvas, so that each trader can trade however they want. We don't want to put anybody, fit anybody, into a square box and force them to trade any way. That's kind of our goal at Shark Indicators.
Yeah, and so we actually have to design the software around almost any possibility that you could think of, that a trader may come up with some crazy idea, and so we had to sort of incorporate it to make it possible. And by and large, we got a vast majority of, I think, what we wanted to put in there, and there's certainly more stuff to come as there are more. As people are getting their hands on this software, they're saying, "Hey, can it do this as well?" And you do get the occasional request for, like, "Yeah, okay, we'll definitely talk about like putting something like that in the future." So we're constantly evolving these products as well.
Right.
Yeah, we take a lot of our good ideas from our customers, because we want to build tools that actual traders actually want to use to trade with. We don't want to force traders to trade what we think is a good idea. No, we love our customers' suggestions, because once again, our goal is to serve the trading community, and how the trading community wants to trade, well, that's the goal.
How did you come up with the high watermark feature for the platform?
Well, I wish we could take credit for the idea, but that was actually a former employee of ours that suggested. Actually, it's Sean Kozak. It was he had a couple. He's also a professional trader too, and another partner of ours now. And so he had a couple ideas in terms of what he would like to see in there, and he has a background in working at a hedge fund, I believe it was, or a professional he's got a professional trading background, so and that's kind of a lot of the money management principles that he preaches and that sort of thing, and that he's learned, and then so he wanted to see in a product as well. So we took a lot of those ideas and put our own take on it.
Yeah, and if anybody is interested in learning more about what the high water mark is, you can just go to Investopedia, and there's an explanation on there on what the high water mark is.
Right, right. It's the ability to have a percentage of the funds that you have already made kept in your trading account. So if price were to come back against you, the high watermark level will cut your trade off and preserve your capital and not allow the platform to trade anymore if that watermark is hit. I think it's a genius idea, and I'm glad that he had the foresight to have you include that in the platform. That's an excellent feature, no doubt. So it will benefit traders tremendously. Risk management is the number one key central focus on the ability to be successful in trading. The algorithms are so competing against you. Even if you do get the direction right, if you're not able to time your entry, or if you choke your trade off too soon, you're going to end up losing money even though you do have the direction right. So being able to have a platform be responsive for you and bank your profits and allow you to control your outcome according to your trade plan is just genius. So it's leveling the trading field and allowing the retail trader to control their own destiny.
The simple analogy I like to use for the high watermark is a high watermark is a trailing stop for your daily profits. So as your account profits go up for the day, the high watermark is a stop loss that just trails those profits and tells you, your stop has been hit, so you have to stop trading for the day.
Right, right, exactly. Good point. But there's other features of your platform that are equally appealing to me, in that I can set a daily profit target. If I want to stop trading after I've reached 500 a day or 1,000 a day, I'm able to set that up as a global condition. And my algorithm will, once it's met that objective, will just stop trading, which I think is genius. That way you're keeping your money in your account each day. Likewise, we all know that we'd like to not trade after we've reached a certain loss in the account, unfortunately, if that were to occur. But there had not been a way to design your trading platform to stop trading once that loss was achieved for the day and just wait for the next day. Your platform now gives us that ability. Should we say that I don't want to lose more than $500 a day, just stop trading across whatever markets the platform enters into for me, it will stop trading. So I can set markets up in gold and in crude and an index or something, and not worry that I'm going to lose my entire account, because I can control my trade plan now with your platform.
Yeah, and a lot of these techniques are regularly practiced in professional environments, professional trading environments, hedge funds and prop firms and investor or mutual funds, that sort of thing. They do that. They do that maybe on a longer term basis, but these are very very well used tools in the professional industry, but they're lazily applied, I'd say, in the retail industry, just because they take a fair bit of discipline and that sort of thing to execute, but it's also I find from a lot of a lot of educational stuff that's out there, this seems to be a fairly de-emphasized part of trading, And I think it's because it's just not the sexy part. You know, the people like sexy stuff, like the signals, and they like to see, yeah, they like to see really nice signals, and so they, and fortunately or unfortunately, that you know, the education sort of starts to cater that to that sort of need, where people like the flash and the bang and that sort of thing. But it turns out that, you know, if you're not looking at the full picture, like the risk management and the money management, which tends to be a little less sexy. It's probably a little, I would categorize maybe the more boring part of trading, but it's no less important, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And it just had not been available to the retail trader before. You know, obviously it has been available for the Goldman Sachs or whoever, but now it's available to the people. Power to the people. We'll be able to keep that money in our account and watch our equity grow. That's what this is all about. So having a forward positive expectancy, and then being able to execute that so that you're realizing those profits on a consistent basis is just phenomenal. So
Yeah, and it's this kind of discipline, that kind of the money management and risk management really, which actually really lends itself to consistent results. It's not necessarily the signals. It's, you know, it's the whole picture.
right, it's having the platform, you know, enter and execute your trade plan, but also exit on a certain condition of a profit or loss condition that you've pre-planned. So yes, the discipline is enforced for you through the platform. So I'm very, very excited about this platform and the opportunities that it provides. And just being able to control every aspect of it through an algorithm process that can be layered and stacked. I mean, this is just phenomenal. I'm sitting here. I just can't wait to put all of my entire trading package into the algorithm and have it trade for me, and start testing it. So I'm very much looking forward to using the platform myself and getting it set up so that I can get my performance results.
Right. That is another aspect that we haven't talked about yet. Is yeah, with Blackbird you'll be able to do back testing as well with these more advanced yeah, you know, money management and you know, trailing and entry capabilities.
Right, right. No, that's just incredible. Because if you know, if you think about it as traders, we really know how to get 5 or 10 ticks out of a market. And if we can do that on a consistent basis and then have the platform shut off, there's a lot we can do with that 5 or 10 ticks with position size, let me tell you. So this is really revolutionizing trading as far as I can tell, and how I'm going to use it to benefit myself and my personal trade plans. So yes, it's nice to be able to set a large bar and trade within a $300 or $400 range directionally. But if I can achieve what I want to in a 5 or 10 minute window and be done with my trade plan for the day and do it on a consistent basis day in and day out, I mean, that's equally attractive, and I don't have to worry about the broad market. I can do something laser focused where I know the outcome, what it will be on a very high percentage, 90-95% of the time. There's a lot I can do with that.
And then you can spend the rest of the day golfing.
I don't even have to spend, I don't even have to, the system will trade it for me. That's, you know, I don't even have to do anything. It turns itself on and off for me each day. Because
That's the kind of feedback that yeah, that's the kind of feedback that we love to hear. You know,
absolutely, no.
Putting out good tools to help, you know, help the average retail trader become a better trader.
Absolutely. That's what this is all about. One of the most genius things about this that I told Jeremy that I was excited about, sorry, was having that auto trail 5-bar auto trail. I mean, if you do want to take advantage of a large move like we find in crude or tomorrow in the yen, you want a wide enough stop so that you can take advantage of a huge move on these event days, like your FOMC minutes or your EIA report, or whatever report that moves the market, and be able to trail something and take advantage of these large market opportunities is going to be fantastic. And so having an ability to just trail 5 bars easily at the snap of a finger, set these up, save them, say, it's like setting up the template, saving it in the system, and then being able to pull our go-to strategy out and use it during a certain market condition is how I plan to be using it. So and those days, like tomorrow with the yen, I can definitely tell you that these are going to be days that shape our months. It can actually be a day that's going to shape our year. We make most of our profits. So it's like the Brexit, it's like all the money that everybody made on the the pound falling. So as long as we know that that yen is most likely to rally up, we know the direction we want to be in. It's just like jumping in and not getting knocked out in the volatility and staying with the trade and getting in when the market turns. So if we were able to have this up and running tomorrow, who knows, what our, we might just turn this on once a year, the opportunities are just limitless with this platform. So, and let me further say, anyone that gets some of that helicopter money from Japan listening to this, you definitely want to be buying Bloodhound with your money as an investment, and stop by my website at J Auto Trading Strategies and pick up a pre-built template to get you started. But definitely I will be using Blackbird tremendously to shape my trade plans, and cannot wait to get the final release ready so that I can release this to my customers and start banging out some serious trades.
Sounds like, yeah, it sounds like tomorrow's trading opportunities could easily, pay for all this in just one day's.
Absolutely, yeah. Days like tomorrow are just scripted for traders. I don't even think I'll sleep tonight. I'll probably go to sleep pretty soon and set the clock very early for that Asia session to start. But yeah, no, with several days, 1 or 2 or 3 a year, that you get these huge opportunities, and it's like you've got to pull up gold, you've got to pull up the yen, so yeah, I can't wait. Very exciting. Very, very exciting, especially since we've already been told by the Prime Minister that he's going to be doing the one half of the trade, and we just need the central bank or the Bank of Japan's announcement tomorrow to kickstart it. So yen is very flat right now ahead of this announcement tomorrow. So
yeah, it's gonna be pretty exciting to see what happens there.
yeah, I set up on trading the Brexit, and that was just huge. I mean, the pound dropped, and it's still falling. I mean, look at this. The pound is still falling. It's 131. So it's still moving. So this, this day, one day that we could make enough money to, last us a month or a year on, isn't necessarily going to be over tomorrow. It's going to last a long time, because if they are successful and start, driving up their inflation like they're trying to target, we'll have a lot to trade. So very good. Yeah, no, you guys have done the best thing that anyone has done for the retail trader, hands down. If there was an Emmy Award or an Academy Award or whatever the developer award is for retail traders, you guys have already won it, hands down, in my mind. So kudos very much to Jeremy and Zach, and thank you so much for building such great, great, great products. And for releasing Blackbird in itself. This has been a very long anticipated product, and looking forward to having many years of successful trading by using it.
Well, thanks, Julie. That was, yeah. I mean, I certainly can't sing and I can't act, but I can develop. So
absolutely. Well, don't stop, and keep coming out with the products, and let us know what you need from us. I wish that's one of the best things that ever happened to me was when the day I stumbled upon your training workshop the first time. I'm like, wait, what is this? You mean I have a chance at this? You mean I can actually do something in this world with trading and without having to be a quant? So no, I'm very appreciative, very much so, and can honestly say that I don't use a lot of indicators in my trading. I'm using more of a directional trading methodology and ranges, but it's there for me. It allows me to put together a plan and adopt it the way I use it, and very, very happily so, I can say that. So, well, I appreciate your time so much. Is there anything else you would like to cover, Zach?
Yeah, there's a lot to cover, but yeah, I guess in this podcast I should probably keep it short. Otherwise, I could just go on for hours and hours.
Absolutely, I could too. When will the Blackbird training, what's the status of the beta? I know it's an early adoption. Are you opening the beta up for customers? Can anybody try it, or how is that working?
No, currently the beta is closed. Earlier we had a NinjaTrader presentation, and so we offered the ability, to get a pre-release of beta at a discounted price, and after that we closed the beta testing, so that way it'll allow Jeremy and I to focus more on getting Blackbird ready and get all the documentation up on the website, and I'll be starting a new training workshop just for Blackbird alone. So that's just kind of the status right now. So our target date for the release of Blackbird is the end of August. So Jeremy and I are just cranking away and working hard at getting Blackbird up and ready to go.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Go ahead, Jeremy.
I was gonna say that sounds just about it. So I mean, like I said, we're just in the final stages here, and we're also very excited to be able to unleash this onto the world.
Yep, I can't wait. I'm not able to sleep. I'm always at my computer now looking at it and already thinking of like 10 trillion things I want to do with it. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for your time and presenting this opportunity to get to know both of you a little bit more and about Bloodhound and shark indicators, and especially Blackbird. And I definitely appreciate it, and look forward to many years of working with you guys.
Thanks, Julie. It was a complete pleasure for us to be here.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us on.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, guys, and y'all have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, Julie. Sounds good.
Thanks, Julie.
Have a good one.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.